Day number 6. The days keep going by faster and faster. We're going to head back into Baker City for some steering arm studs and see if we can find either the studs for them or some bolts that we can use until maybe we can get to Boise and get the actual parts we need. Not a catastrophic failure, obviously, but still a little hiccup nonetheless.
We were back on the road and headed to town to pick up the parts we needed and get back on the trail in hopes of making it to Idaho. It was going to be a stretch, but we were behind, and if we had any chance of making it to the border, we needed to push on.
Okay, so we got to Ace Hardware and we figured out the thread pitch. As you can see right here, there's a stud here, and you can see that we put bolts. I don't think it's exactly what we need, but it'll get us to Boise. And it'll keep all the oil or grease from dripping out, and it'll keep everything tied up in there. So, not the greatest fix in the world, but it's a trail fix. So now we're going to change Kobe's tire, hop back on the road, and see if we can't get to Boise.
We'd only been back on the trail a few hours when we noticed a squealing coming from the driver's side wheel of the Land Cruiser.
So problem number 2. I have for the last few days been smelling something weird, but I couldn't tell where it was coming from. My brake pads are worn unevenly, that's loose, and I think it all stemmed from this clip on the back that was basically supposed to be past the brake pads, which would allow the brake pads to freely move in and out. However, one got lodged behind the brake pad on the outside, so it wasn't allowing the brake pad to push in. It was just allowing it to push one way. So if you can see the scarring around the rotor right here, that was actually pushing into the brake caliper itself and grinding the outside of my rotor, which sucks. And I wish I had caught that earlier. But I'm gonna take this apart, tighten everything down. Hopefully everything will work and flow freely, and then we can hop on the road. Trail life, baby. That's the way it goes.
We were driving forward and making up miles, but it was still unclear whether or not we'd make it to Idaho, and with the setbacks we'd faced along the way, we had no choice but to keep on rolling down the trail.
So Kobe was just commenting this morning on how we haven't had a chance to use our chainsaw. So although it's a little excessive, we decided to bust the chainsaw out and cut down this little tree. So according to a wise old man I once knew, he told me you have to be 10% smarter than the thing you're working on in order to succeed. I believe Dunzee.
It was the end of August, and a particularly dry summer. The forest fires had plagued us from the beginning, and we were now on the edge of the Umatilla National Forest, experiencing it firsthand. The smell of scorched earth and the smoldering fires along the way gave the forest an eerie calm. It was a weird thought that just a few weeks prior this was a lush forest, and now all that remains is charred evergreens and flaky gray ash. Roadblocks weren't unusual, but with a tree of this size and the use of our chainsaw restricted due to fire danger, our only option was to give it a tug. The line was taut, the winch was pulling, but the only thing showing movement was the truck. We were losing time and still a long way from Idaho, so it was time to find another way around. We'd put some hard miles behind us in hopes of reaching the border, but it was still unclear whether we would leave our native Oregon behind or spend one more night staring up at our stars.
Okay, so it's currently 7:14, and we are way out in the middle of nowhere, trying to make it to Idaho. And instead of stopping on the side of the road or camping in somebody's private property, we decided we're going to push on. So we're 11 miles from Brogan, wherever Brogan is in Oregon, and so we are going to make a push for the Idaho border. Like I said, it's 7:15 and we're all tired. We've been on the trail all day, but we can either camp in somebody's private property or on the side of the road, and we want to do neither, so we're just going to keep on pushing. So here we go.
I'm doing a reroute. Came across a couple locked gates and didn't quite take the trail we wanted to take, so we're stopping right now so that we can take some pictures in this canyon.
It seemed tonight Idaho was just out of our reach, so we rallied our wagons in a run-down RV park in a small town 25 miles west of the border.
We climbed one of the sweetest trails today that I think we've climbed so far. It was crazy. I actually didn't know if my truck was going to do it, but it was fun. I was so stoked. It was just like rocks and a big old valley coming through it, wash out and all sideways. It was so sick. Good day. We're going to make it to Idaho tomorrow, and I'm stoked.
Day 6, right?
I might have even said 7. Did I say 7?
I don't know.
Today's day 6, right?
I think so.
I think today's day 6. I don't know. A lot of time's gone by and I'm starting to lose track of the days. I think the town is, what town are we in?
Brogan.
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 B.
Brogan.
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 Yep, you got it for
Brogan.
B. Brogan.